Khan, Shalom. Hold on. Yeah, Khan. Shalom. First of all, to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kwakadash, Yahweh, who the word only calls God. Yahweh Shai, who the word only calls Jesus. I want to give it the honor to the apostles, a great millstone, who has taught me this truth. I want to give it peace and blessings to the Aki and across the four corners of the earth, who teaches truth and risk their life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Long the video is edifying, only I can get some from this video. Just quick video through the spirit. I'm just checking end time headlines real quick, just seeing what's in the news. This video is going to be about the elect receiving spiritual power. Okay, I'm going to briefly touch on it, grab a couple precepts. I'm not going to make the video too long. I'm going to grab a couple points, and then I'm going to close out the video and get in this house and eat, shower, and go to sleep, man. But let me see what's on here. So I know an earthquake happened earlier today, which is right here. We understand. California earthquake. Damn, come on. It's California earthquake, double strike, back to back. 4.5 and a 4.1 magnitude earthquake strike Trinity County, California. Let me see what else is here. Pot smoking Florida pastor accused of having sex with 14-year-old boy. Come on, man. These niggas is crazy, man. Rumors are spreading across Iran, Pakistan at war with America. Let me see. At war with America will usher the arrival of Mahdi. That's some Islam shit. Yeah, that's some Islam shit. You know, I was watching a video the other day, and they really you had this Ishmaelite was like, well, you know, the Jews didn't accept Jesus, so he came to Ishmael and gave, Ishmael allow Ishmael to come into the covenant, and that's where you get the Quran. I'm like, man, these niggas just to say anything, man. And then, you simple-minded people will believe it. Okay? Yeah, but we understand war is inevitable. We understand the prophecy. We understand what's to come, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, Muslim Americans celebrate Abdul in Michigan. You know what I mean? And then you got the Muslim who was that? The Muslim let me see, man. Is he the mayor? Who is the mayor of New York? Yeah, this guy. Right. This dude here. Let me see. Censoring. Yup. The boy's a Muslim. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So hey, they create a problem, and then they try to come with the solution. But, though Esau created a problem, he tried to link, like they're going to try to link us to that. We not Muslim, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't no T-rest, none of that. You know what I'm saying? We are Israelite men teaching and preaching this truth. Okay? Period. And if we say something that come out the scriptures and you don't like it, then you have a problem with the Lord. You know what I mean? You got a problem with it. You got a problem with the Lord, man. Let me grab this. This is Jeremiah 16, verse 16. This is Jeremiah 16, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord Yahweh." So, we are fishers. Lord willing, we be those men. You know what I mean? We are fishers, right? We are fisher of men. We're bidding the elect to the marriage. Through this word, we ultimately got, bid to the marriage. Lord willing, we be those men. Right? It says, and they shall, because what would the elect be doing in this time? Will elect be doing what they, trying to get right, using this grace period to get right to the best of their ability, teaching and preaching his word. Okay. standing on the highways, doing what the Lord commanded. Okay? It says, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? Okay? What does a hunter do? Okay? A hunter, a hunter kills. A hunter, a hunter looks for, a hunter hunts, right? In a time where, we be made perfect, you got to understand, man, with that power, we going to set the world back in order using the nations. This is in the scriptures. Okay, you guys are going to have to, well, the Lord, right, the law, statutes, commandments is we're going to use the law, statutes, commandments to police the universe, right? And all you nations are flowing to it and live by our ways. That's in the Bible, okay? When we're made perfect and we're made immortal, you know what I'm saying? They're going to try to make war with us, right? They're going to try to, because they're, these Edomites are carnal, these other nations are carnal, right? But you're going to fail miserably. You can't war with an angelic being. You can't war with a immortal being, okay? Period. That's why scripture said this mortal should put on immortality. Righteousness is immortal, okay? And when we're made fully righteous, where we're not going to be able to go off, what do you think? I mean, how can you war with that? You're not going to be able to war with that, okay? It says, behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Okay. Let me see. Strength Fortress. Let me go here. According mine anger. Salakia, shortly pour out. All right. Have my anger, judge according to my ways. According. Give me 1 second, bros. I'm looking for a specific. And according to that, no, I'm looking for a specific scripture. Let me go to chat. Isaiah 13:9. Let's read it. Yep. Is this it? Isaiah 13:9, it says, behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay. No, that's not it. Where is it at, man? This is Jeremiah 50. Take a light call, hand a call, drink while I will sin, drink and move. Mad because of the sword, I will sin. No. Once also call on, even rejoice. No. Get peace of the nations. Jeremiah 51:20 is good, but I'm looking for it. It says we're going to do according to the Lord's anger. Cruel wrath, fierce. Short sinners out of, take cover of my hand, nations want to drink. I think it's in this. My recompense. Man, where is it at? Salakia, bros. Bear with me. Is it mine anger? Man, it's slipping me right now. That's a lot. anger, trampling with fury, and the blood sprinkled upon my garments. I will stain my heart. I tread on the people in my anger. I will not anger fall upon me. Therefore said the Lord, hold my anger and fury. The fire kindle mine anger, which is fire mine anger. Now I will gather countries where I have driven them. And my anger, no, mine anger. No, wherefore going on my anger, pour down. Anger not escape. Thus shall my anger be accomplished. No. It's like it, bros. But scriptures, if I can't find them, just move on and go to the next one. Scripture said we're going to do according to the Lord's anger. Basically. You know what I mean? For mine anger turn. I can't believe I can't find it. I gave thee king my anger. No. I can't find it, man. But yeah, scripture said we're going to do according to the Lord's anger. Right? I don't know if I'm wording it wrong. But basically, the reason I want to grab it is because we're not mad enough. This body can't contain that level of anger. That's how you know we got to be changed. Another point I want to make is that scripture said we're going to meet the Lord in the air. In order to meet the Lord in the air, you have to be changed, right? In order to meet the Lord and get beamed up in that chariot in the twinkling of an eye, scripture said his mortal should put on immortality, right? Mortal. Right. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 52. It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye at the last trump, for the trump shall sound and the dead shall be raised incorruptible and we shall be changed. Right. What does that mean? We should be changed. Right. Let's read it. It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption and this mortal must put on immortality. So we're going to be changed. And it only makes sense for us to be beamed up and go. This body can't go up there like that. Right. So in the twinkling of an eye, before that last trump, before the missiles hit, we're going to be changed. We're going to be beamed up, Lord, when we be those men, and changed in the process. Right. It says, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. OK, because we're not going to be able to die. We're going to be immortal. OK. Let me try to find this one more time. Do according anger. Yeah, right here. So like it. This is Ezekiel 25 and 12. I started. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Right, you did bad, because look at what you've done. Look at how you did us. First of all, Amalek was the first of the nations, which they're Edomites, right? Look what happened to us when we came over here, in the transatlantic slave trade. Look how they came and got us. Look what happened in the journey over here, and look what happened when we touched down over here. All right. It's you have to be. It's a punishment for that. That has not been looked over, and it's simple. And for you guys to think that, for you Edomites to think that you're going to have heaven on the other side, you tripping, right? Scripture says, Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children, right? You are your forefathers coming back. Okay. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. Has this happened yet? No. So you got people like to say, oh, Edom is done away with this. But this is prophecy. This has not happened yet. Right? Even Isaiah 63, scripture said, well, who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Right? Well, that hasn't happened yet. So who are the Edomites today? The so-called white men. Okay? And again, not everybody who looks white is an Edomite. You got Israelites that look like Edomites. You got Israelites that look like everybody. Okay, it says, now I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger, according to the Lord's anger. The Lord said, what? Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Right? So when we're in those new bodies, we're gonna see. We're gonna do according to what the Lord wants. Okay? That is going to happen. Right? It says, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Okay? What the scripture say in what is that in the Apocrypha? It says, let the heathen know you like we have known you. Right? We got the curses put on us. Right? We got our ass whooped by the hands of the other nations and this and that, but they're going to drink of the cup. They're going to be under the curses. They're going to come down very low and we come up very high. They're going to come to us for the one of all things, man. Okay? They're going to serve us. Right? These are the things these are part of the promises. These are the things we got to look forward to. Right? It's like if I'm everywhere and taking too long to grab scriptures and all that, but, I just kind of, I'm just hitting the points. So like if I'm from everywhere, man, but let me grab this. Wisdom of Solomon, what is that? It's 3. Nah, that gotta be 5. It might be 3. Hold on. Yep, right here. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5. It says, and have been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. Who was that talking about? The elect, right? As gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. It says they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people. Who? The Israelites, right? Are going, and really, it's because it's even, all Israel will be perfect in the kingdom, but it's still order within that. You know what I mean? The elect is going to be different from all the rest of the Israelites. Don't get me, scripture say the weakest among us should be like David. But you got to understand, it's you got Israelites, which are the elect people, but you got the elect within the elect. Okay? Which is 144,000 men. Okay? 12,000 from each tribe. Okay? It says, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people. Right? We're going to have power over the nations. They're going to be servitude unto us. Right? And unto all Israel. Okay? And have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. See? Okay? It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. That's what it's about, the elect. Grace and mercy is to his saints. Okay? So the elect is going to receive power. The elect going to, be turned from fishers to hunters, man. Okay? After that power hit. Apostle Tahar made a beautiful video about, how we're going to have to get used to that power. You know what I mean? And then, it was a beautiful video the elder made. I advise bros to check it out. They have it. It was a couple weeks ago. But these are the things that, we have to tap into or look forward to. And Lord willing, not be part of the elect. Lord willing, not be, a part of that number. Okay? So with that, man, Lord be those edifying only I can. Got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash, until brothers keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.